as is often the case when Miami Dolphins bring in a veteran tight end to respond to injuries. This time they signed Chris Myarick. The decision landed Monday after they held a tryout with multiple aspirants at that position. It was a selection process charged with tension, because each player desperately wanted to earn a spot, each vying for that chance. Among them, Myarick emerged as the choice. He edged out fellow veterans Anthony Firkser, Trey McKitty, and Mitchell Wilcox, plus rookie Thomas Gordon from Northwestern. That means out of this crowded mix, Myarick stood out. How did he manage it? What did he offer that the others didn't? It's the kind of moment that shows how thin the margins can be in NFL roster decisions. Firkser had the most game experience among the veterans, 78 regular season appearances, though only 4 starts. He's been around, reliable, but maybe that reliability didn't spark excitement. McKitty, on the other hand, had the most starts, 12 with the Los Angeles Chargers after they selected him in the 3rd round of the 2021 NFL Draft. He came in with hype. Yet, despite that pedigree, he didn't win this spot. And he was the only one of the 5 who entered the league via draft pick, which often gives a player a certain edge or investment. Still, Myarick claimed a role. Myarick kicked off his NFL journey in 2019 as an undrafted free agent with the Dolphins, so this is, in a way, a homecoming. Over his career, he's appeared in 27 games and started 11. His last NFL action came with the New York Giants in 2022. That means it's been a while, but still, his past work mattered enough to persuade Miami to give him another shot. He's familiar with the franchise, and familiarity can count. The fact he beat out those other options tells you something. Coaches saw in him something they trusted in that moment. Similarly, when the Dolphins recently signed defensive lineman Obenayes and cornerback Jack Jones early in training camp, each signing followed tryouts. Again, multiple candidates auditioned, but these 2 rose above. That same pattern holds here. Multiple players tested, coaches and staff assessed, and then a choice was made based on day-to-day performance, personality, scheme fit, something intangible maybe. One of the cornerbacks given a look was C.J. Henderson, once a first-round pick by the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's still searching for a team. He later tried out with the Pittsburgh Steelers on that same Monday. It's an urgent reality for many players. Each tryout is more than a workout, it's a crossroads. Then there's Myles Gaskin, former Dolphins running back. He led Miami in rushing yards in both 2020 and 2021. Now he's on the circuit, trying out with the New York Giants along with 3 other running backs. Last season he appeared in 5 games with the Minnesota Vikings, but now he's auditioning again. That's a story of transition, from team leader to hopeful again. The emotional arc is stark. Gaskin is familiar with Miami's fans. They might still cheer his name, yet the league moves fast and loyalties shift. And Dan Feeney, veteran center, signed by the Dolphins as an unrestricted free agent from the Jets in 2023, later traded to the Chicago Bears for a 2024 6th-round pick. That pick turned into wide receiver Malik Washington. Feeney tried out with the Buffalo Bills on Monday and signed with them on Tuesday. That sequence shows the constantly moving roster environment. One day you're in Miami, the next you're in Buffalo. And trades, picks, future considerations, they shape team futures, but also reshape individual lives. Feeney has moved, tried out, landed a spot again. It's part of the grind that players endure. Back to the tight ends. Imagine those 5 players in one room. Firkser, McKitty, Wilcox, Gordon, Myarick. Each brings something. Firkser brings proven reliability, many appearances. McKitty brings starting experience and draft pedigree. Wilcox brings experience, a known blocker and pass catcher. Gordon brings youth, potential upside. Myarick, he brings history with this organization, flashes of effectiveness, versatility maybe. And somehow, in that tryout context, he made more sense. Could be his routes were sharper, his blocking cleaner, his energy more contagious. Could be coaches saw him connecting better with the quarterback, or picking up the offense faster. These aren't generic boxes. They are nuanced. Each name tells a backstory. Firkser, steady, available. McKitty, drafted, pressure to perform. Wilcox, solid. Gordon, rookie with potential. Myarick, undrafted, fighting path, now reinventing. That makes Myrick's win more emotional resonant. It highlights how persistence and fit sometimes outweigh previous draft status or name recognition. It echoes the uncertainty players face when the roster limit looms. One chance, one tryout, and you're either in or out. This move speaks to Miami's broader approach. They test multiple players for every depth spot. They didn't just sign someone, they compared. And they opted for someone familiar who's been there before. That speaks to a methodical approach balanced by urgency. Camp moves quickly. Injuries bite. Decisions have to be fast, but still rooted in evaluation. Now think about Myrick's mindset. After last hitting the field in 2022, maybe thinking waiting years for another break. Now he's back with the team that gave him his start. Does that feel like redemption? Closure? Fresh beginning? It's rife with emotional stakes. For the team, they get a known quantity. For Myrick, it's a chance to re-establish himself. For fans, it's a return story. What about Firkser and McKitty? For them, the message stings. Experience didn't guarantee a job. Just because you were there, made starts, worn a jersey, doesn't mean you're safe. It's a reminder of the league's merciless churn. One bad camp day, one play missed, and the opportunity shifts. And that's not just business, it's personal. These men have devoted their lives to their work, but at the end of the day, they're evaluated in tryouts under bright lights. This entire scenario invites questions. Will Myrick stick? Will he bring spark in the passing game or blocking lanes? How will he mesh with the offense? Can he make key catches when the season counts? Can he outperform expectations? Also, will one of the others land somewhere else? Are they close to other teams? McKitty, Firkser, they've logged miles already. Will they bounce back? Will Gaskin catch on again as a runner elsewhere, or see his production plateau? Will Feeney stabilize with the Bills, or circle back again? These players orbit teams, digging in when possible. It also raises questions about Miami's roster strategy. They seem to prefer low-risk signings, via tryout, rather than committing early to players. They audition, they vet, they compare in similar conditions. That helps them avoid overpaying for depth and find the best fit on performance rather than reputation. It sets a tone, competition rules here. It makes every position feel earned. For teammates already on roster, that maintains pressure. No room for complacency. This news also shines a light on the nature of journeyman careers. Myrick, Gaskin, Feeney, they chart paths full of starts and stops. They've lived the emotional swings of signings, releases, trades, tryouts. They know the flavor of uncertainty, but they also know the power of resilience. Returning to a former team, or landing fresh elsewhere, is a testament to that mindset.